All right, guys, I think it's time to do a project car update because we've got so many things going at once. I think we need to run down the list, give you an update of each project, where it's currently at, and show you a few projects that you have not seen that, well, they're on the list too to get done. And you'll be shocked at how much stuff there is around here to get done.
I'd say it's a nut job.
First, just because I'm standing in front of it, the Jeep CJ here, if you have not seen that, go back and watch. It's a couple of videos back where I got started on this thing, doing some work to it. I'm waiting on some parts for the rear of it. I will probably just stick the tires back on it tomorrow and roll it out because, well, if you look, I need a shop cleaning day. So it may go back outside tomorrow and get a shop cleaning day and just look like one of those yeet boy wagons with a back end squatted down. I don't think I'll ever actually take a photo of it sitting like that just because I wouldn't be able to stand it. But anyway, so the Jeep CJ, we're on a hold right now, waiting on a couple of parts and pieces to come in. They've been ordered. Your guess is as good as mine when they get here. So let's just walk around the Ranchero here. We have a subscriber who is actually sending me some parts to get this thing running like it's supposed to. I don't know if I should mention his name or not. He didn't actually tell me I could mention his name, so out of respect for him, I won't say it. If he wants to comment, that's fine. But some parts are coming for this thing, and then we should be able to get the engine dialed in. And once we get the engine dialed in, we're going to do a little rust repair, and we're going to do like a dirt cheap paint correction, paint job on it, just so it looks decent and it's driver quality. The body on it's actually really decent and really nice. There's really not any damage on the body. It's actually straight as an arrow. There's one tiny little rust spot on the other side right at the back wheel, but nothing, no big deal. So you'll be seeing this and coming again pretty soon. One that you haven't seen me talk about lately, but I have been kind of tinkering with it because we're going to try to do the rat rod build off with it is Wayland. You remember my 63 F100 that we were showing you how to do a budget build hot rod, and we kind of lost some steam on it because the build that we were doing it for kind of got canceled, and truck's just been sitting since then, and we really hadn't done anything else with it. We probably will have this in Shadyside before long, doing some testing with it, just see how well it runs. It's a cruiser, not a race car, but we're going to do some testing with it. It doesn't actually like of much. We have a drive shaft for it now in the back. I've got to do brakes on it and a fuel system on it, and it would probably pretty much be wrapped up. But we lost a little momentum on it when we was building it for the other deal, the budget build deal, and it kind of lost a little momentum there. So now with this rat rod build off, it gives me the kick in the pants it's still a budget build. So all said and done, we will have this thing built for probably less than $3K invested in it. You can go back and watch some videos on it and see where we left off with it, but it's getting close. It's almost there. Don't forget the unibody here that we done all the floor work on, the metal work on. You won't be able to see much of it because I got Matt sitting in it now. But we replaced all these steps, done all the metal work on it. Still got a little metal work to do. There's some little holes right there. We're going to do those. So still a little metal work to do, but most of this metal work is finished up. I got a little spot right there to finish up. The metal work will be done. That's a brand new gas tank in there that I still got to put under the back of it. I'm going to put the gas tank under the rear, do the brakes on it, and brakes, fuel system, and get the cooling system straightened out on it. And this truck will be, as far as I know, it'll be ready to at least test it and drive it around a little bit and see how it's going to run. It's a pretty good project, but it's very, very close to being done. That truck still needs the testing phase. It's like I said, we got to do the brake system and the fuel system and the cooling system, and that truck will be ready to drive around and see how it performs. Because honestly, we don't really know the motor in it. I know it runs good sitting here in the yard, but how's it going to run once it gets up to temperature real good? You know, we still got a few unknowns in it, but it's almost ready to start cruising up and down the road in it. Next, our 68 ranch wagon, which I took on drag week. This car, the last thing we actually done with it was I done the how to build a roof rack for free video. You can go back and check that out. We built this free roof rack for it. But other than that, we haven't done anything with this thing. I've just been driving it. But we're going to take it on power tour. And for power tour, there's a few little things I want to do. Mostly interior stuff, pretty much all cosmetic stuff, with the exception of the exhaust. The exhaust is, well, it was done in a hurry and it's got some rattles in it and stuff. So I want to put some good headers on it. Those are homemade headers that are on it. I want to put some good headers on it and run some new pipe on it and just fix the exhaust. If we get real froggy, because we've got 5 months before power tour, if we get real froggy, we may actually do a budget paint job on this thing and show you how to do some body work and paint on a budget, because honestly the body's pretty good in this thing. But if we're right here, might as well address the elephant in the room. I just got some new parts for this thing this week. Legacy, our 63 Galaxy, you know, for the past 6 years we've been racing it with Southeast Gassers. This year it will not be with the Southeast Gassers. We retired it officially from Southeast Gassers in November. This car is about to enter the world of stick shift no prep. We're currently, well, actually I just got the last parts today to build the new engine for this thing. Still FE powered. Not going to tell you a whole lot about it, except for it's going to be the biggest FE we've ever ran, and it's going to make the most horsepower that we've ever made. I'm hoping for 2 horsepower for a cubic inch. Should be really obtainable with the parts and all that we're using. If we can do that naturally aspirated and make some test passes and get everything dialed in, then we're probably going to put some spray on it, because I carefully chose the right parts. We're probably going to put some spray on it, and we're shooting for this thing to make 1,000 horsepower. I have no idea what it'll do. It was pretty pissed off with the 6 and some change that it was making this past year, so it's pretty pissed off with that. So I don't know what it'll do with almost double that. It may not even be able to be, you may not even be able to control it. I don't know, but we're going to find out together. Other than the new engine we're building for it, this car is going through a lot of changes. The suspension's all changing. It's going back to a true 60s correct ride height and getting that dump truck lift kit off of it. Then we have to start thinking about things like possibly a chute. I'm not sure I want to go that deep. Well, I don't know. We're going to build the motor. Once we get the motor in it and make a couple test passes, then we'll see where we go from there. First, we got to get the motor in it. Let's look at another. Well, actually, yeah, right there, 1948 Ford that we got here. The plans for it was to build a gasser out of it. It may still become a gasser. I'm on the fence about the gasser part. It is going to be a race car, but I'm on the fence about, do I want to make it a gasser like originally planned? Do I want to make it a drag and drive car? or do I want to do both? Make it a drag and drive gasser. That's still in the planning phases. Actually have a lot of the parts to build that car with. It's just so much other stuff is going on right now that we just haven't done it. There's also several engines in there I'm building. You've seen the big cubic inch Pontiac, waiting on some parts come back from the machine shop for that. We also have a 410 FE in there. We have the new engine for Legacy in there. We have a 357 cubic inch small block Chevy in there that we're building. We have a 350 Chevy in there. I feel like I'm forgetting one. There's at least two more engines in there that I can't even think of right off the bat. That all those are getting built, and I'm going to film everything I do, so it'll be on the channel. Oh, here's one we hadn't talked about in a while. That if you go back and watch the videos, you'll see I saved it from the scrap. This is our 1962 Bel Air wagon. We literally saved it from the scrapyard. The guy was putting it on the trailer to go crush it. I'm using it as a parts holder at the moment, but he was putting it on the trailer to go crush it. Both front fenders got crinkled up. The hood got bowed a little bit. I just tossed the front fenders. They're plentiful and abundant. So I'm gonna put a set of front fenders on it, grab another hood for it, and then we're gonna do something with this thing. This is one of those that I don't feel bad about anything that I do to it, because it was literally on a trailer headed for the scrapyard. So this is one that maybe we do a chassis swap. Maybe we set it on a different chassis. Maybe we put a modern drivetrain under it. Maybe we just put a small block Chevy in it. Maybe we put a Ford motor in it, just piss the internet off. I don't know what we're going to do with it yet. That's one of the reasons why I haven't actually started anything with it, because I really don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I haven't came up with a good game plan. This is supposed to be one of those low buck, down and dirty kind of build for nothing kind of builds. So I'm carefully thinking out the path on it, so that it is one of those things that we can say, maybe we do like Casey Customs does, and put a video out there. Can we build a wagon for under $1,000 or something along that nature? And we'll just have to pick our parts carefully if we do that. It's not a bad car. I actually have replacement tail lights for it. A fella hooked me up with a replacement grill and stuff for it, so I have all those parts. I literally need to get a pair of fenders for it, and the car will be complete. The floors are completely rotted in it, so it's one of those, do we patch the floors and, you know, build it like it is, maybe put an air ride on it? I don't know. I don't really know what we're going to do with it yet. I'm just trying to think about a good, clean, clear path of what we could do, with it. It's got the potential to be cool. I just don't want to start down a path and not have a plan ahead of time. So this one's in the mulling over stage, and honestly, since it's not for anybody or any particular thing, it kind of gets put on the back burner while all this other stuff gets done. This is one I'm completely open to suggestions. If you have any ideas what you think we should do with the old wagon, put it in the comments, because I really kind of don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm kind of still, you know, I could be persuaded into anything at this moment with this thing. My plans is to do something cool, like do a, you know, let's say we do a chassis swap under and put modern, we find some modern vehicle and just knock the body off and set that down on it and make it run and drive. Then we, I don't know, hell, give it away. I don't know. I'm not attached to it. I am a wagon guy. I do really like wagons. I just got it so I could do a how-to on, building a cheap hot rod, because everybody thinks it takes a bunch of money to build cars now, and nobody believes you can do them for virtually no money. So, and I hate to see them crushed. I mean, honestly, let's look at it. Even though the floors are completely rotted, this car is well worth saving. So, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do with it yet. So, just if you got an idea for that, drop her in the comments and let's hear it. This car right here is a 1979 Pontiac Firebird. My daughter drove this to high school in 2019 and 2020. That's actually an original low mileage car. That car has like 89,000 miles on it, but it's got a little dinky 301 in it. And the reason it's parked there is because it finally popped the head gasket, and I wasn't gonna put no money in a 301. And she went out and bought her a car, and it's just been kind of sit there parked ever since. I did steal wheels off of it. It's just been sitting there parked ever since. But that's what that 357 we're building is for, this. So we've got a motor built for it. I've got a set of pedals for it. I've got bell housing. I've got everything except the transmission right now, because we're putting a 4-speed in this thing, 357, and a little rear gear change. And she's growed up now, finishing college, and she's married, and we're gonna give her a little hot rod to play with. We pretty much have everything. This is one that I'm kind of waiting till I got all the parts sitting in front of me. Then we're just gonna pull it in the shop, yank all the stuff out, put all the new stuff in, and she can go back to driving her Firebird. Probably gonna put snowflake wheels on it, because why not? She does not want it to stay black. She believes everybody does them in black. She's actually right about that. But she wants to paint it. You'll have to wait and see, because I think it's kind of a cool paint scheme that she's got going on. I'd like for her to leave the interior the color it is, because I think it would play well. But she wants to change the interior. This is a factory black car with red interior. She wants to change the interior to black. I wish she'd leave it red. Not my car. That's her call. What else is here? Oh, how about this thing? This is a 2002 Jeep TJ. As you can tell, it's been sitting here for a while. This was my wife's daily driver. We actually bought this Jeep brand new in 2002. This is my wife's daily driver. We used to, you can see by the windshield, used to be in all the Jeep clubs and go out Jeeping and all. That was well before the stupid duck stuff started. Dear God, how ducks got involved in Jeeps, I'll never understand that one. But she blew a head gasket. I actually had the head resurfaced, put a new head gasket on it, bolted it down, and it got busy with all this other stuff, and it has set right there. It just needs to be put back together. Literally all the parts are laid inside of it. I've just never had a chance to put it back together. So maybe that's something we'll do at some point in time on the channel, is get it back up and running. Maybe we'll do a lift on it and change some gear ratios in it, and put a winch on it or something. Get my wife back up and running again. She's missed her Jeep. Now I'm going to tell you about a project that is for a buddy of mine that he brought over here with an idea. I told him I'd do it and had instant remorse, but we're going to do it for him. We just got to get it on the list to do. I don't even know if I want to tell you guys about this one or not. Do you see that pile of garbage right there? And that door over there? That is an early 65. Early 65. He actually says he's got paperwork to show it's actually a true 64 and a half. None of that matters. It's an early Mustang. Doors are over there. Fenders are somewhere around here. But no front sheet metal. No hood for it. No valences. We got one front fender, I think. Both doors. We're missing some parts. But this is an early Mustang that he doesn't have anything in. But this is going to make love to that and have an ugly child. That is a 4-wheel drive Blazer, and S10 Blazer, and he wants me to just do away with all the Blazer stuff, plop the Mustang down on it, put a lift on it. He's got this Mad Max idea in his head, and I mean, it's his. That's kind of, I mean, we'll do it because that's what he wants done. Uh, at some point in time, you'll see that too, I guess. How do I get myself into this? We've got a couple more to look at. Now, I told you when I got the ramp truck, there probably wouldn't be many videos directly dedicated to it because it's in such good freaking shape. But there has been a couple projects to tackle. One, the last video we done on it was doing the headliner, which turned out extremely killer, and I'll show you that again in a minute. But there is one more project that we need to tackle on this thing. The exhaust is terrible on this thing. The manifold leaks. I got the manifold leak fixed on this side. That side leaks. It's got glass packs on it for some reason. This glass pack is blowed out. That one's not. That donut gasket leaks. The exhaust is a mess on this thing. So thanks to a buddy of ours in Texas, located a set of headers for it. And I've got new mufflers for it. It really is just waiting on the weather to break and not be, you know, in the teens for a few days. And we're going to do an exhaust system on this thing, and like a bare bones budget kind of exhaust, and just quieten this truck down. And that should be one of the last projects that I have to do. When I done the headliner video, I did tell you that when it was actually daylight, I would come back and show you the headliner. So excuse the mess in the truck for, yeah, that's exactly how cold it's been. Yes, it has a heater, but when it's in the teens, I put that in here, turn it on, and I go in the house. Say what you want to, I did it. But there's our headliner. You know, all like 70s ads. There is one or two ads from like an 81 or 82 magazine, but it is all period correct for the truck. You can go back and watch the video on how to make a headliner for free, and you can see exactly how we done that. And it's all like, there's nothing to catch there. That's all, it's all like a sheet of glass. And I guess the last one I'm going to talk about is the 67 Cougar. Honestly and truly, there's not much left to do to it. That car, I drive that car. Between it and the wagon, I was daily driving one of the two of them every day until I got this. And then I'm the dummy that daily drives a ramp truck around like it's a freaking Prius. I drive it everywhere. We drove it to some cruise-ins over the summer, 2 or 3. Took it to a car show or two, and then it has just sat there, which is a shame. It needs to be driven. It's a damn good car, and I just need to give it a bath and drive it. It's literally been sitting here for almost a year. You can tell it needs a bath. Still got the umbrella we took the power tour. Still got some bottles of stuff that we took with us on power tour. And a lot of people picked on me for my fake vinyl top, but here that vinyl top is 2 years after I done it. I done that vinyl top 2 years ago, and it's still there. Still looks like a vinyl top too. People can pick on it all they want to. Still looks like a vinyl top. That vinyl top is actually spray on bed liner. When the light hits it right, you can see like right there, you can see some of the texture stuff, but the light has to hit it just right for you to even be able to see it. Anyway, that thing has been on there 2 years and still looks great. It looks like that dull kind of semi-gloss finish. It has that vinyl top look. So there's a rundown of all the projects that we're going to try to get done, and we're going to try to knock them out. There is also this that we're going to tackle this year too. But I'm not even talking about that one right now. So if there's a project that you've seen that you like, comment and tell me what it is. If you have ideas on what you think would be cool to do with the old Bel Air wagon, comment and let me know what it is. Some of these belongs to friends of mine. Some of them belongs to me. There's also 3 vehicles that we'll do some stuff with that is not here. There's another unibody that 410 is going into. The International Travelall, if you look way back, you'll see a video on. We still got to do some stuff with it. Actually, I really think if we put a motor in that Travelall, and if we put an engine in it and went through the brakes, I think you could drive that Travelall. I mean, I kind of think you could. I may be wrong about it, but anyway, we got it, and then there's the 59 T-Bird that you've seen several videos on from the time we first brought it in. Brought it home from down in Jackal Island all the way till we done all the suspension on it and everything. There's videos on every nook and cranny of that car. At some point in time, we're going to do a full custom exhaust on that car and fix a little minor oil leak that it has. But he still drives that car. Still a good car. And then we got that 67 Mustang over there that I didn't even show you because it's depressing to even look at it right now. Did I forget any projects? I don't know. I don't think I forgot any projects. Yeah. We get the Ranchero fired up and running. We do a little cosmetic stuff to it. I think I may take it to the track and make a pass just to see what a mild 351 Cleveland and Ranchero would run. I know it's not going to be fast, but how fast would it run? You know, I like to know these things. Maybe when we get Wayland done, we're definitely taking it to the track. Maybe we take the wagon back to the track. Maybe we take the Cougar to the track. We've done some street dynoing with the Cougar, but we've never actually taken it down the track. How fast y'all think a ramp truck will run? No, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Hey, listen, thank you for those who subscribe. You really do bless this channel. Thank you to the faithful subscribers and followers and all that we have. I can't thank each and every one of you enough. You truly are a blessing to me and my family. If you have not subscribed, I wish you would please take a moment to do that. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I hope the Lord blesses you today more than he did yesterday. I hope each one of you have a blessed day. And seems to be cold everywhere, so y'all hang in there and stay warm. Cuddle up to each other or something. I've got a bunch of boxes of Go Fast goodies here in the back of the truck that I need to unload. We'll see y'all in the next one.
I'd say it's a nut job.